There's a new administration in Washington. What does that mean for your retirement account? There's a lot of uncertainty, and markets hate uncertainty. But if you qualify, you may be able to convert your retirement account into solid gold. Protect with a gold IRA this month, and Noble Gold will gift you with this stunning solid silver Apollo 11 commemorative coin from the U.S. Mint. Click on the link below or call 877-646-5346 to see if you qualify. Good evening. I'm still reporting on COVID and the fight in Europe over the new COVID pass concept, where, if passed, would make one have to prove you have been vaccinated for COVID in order to travel across national boundaries. Now, a growing chorus of those opposed to forced vaccinations have found a new powerful ally in one of Europe's oldest and most prestigious and powerful organizations. In what is being called a knockout blow to globalists trying to ram through forced vaccinations of citizens, the Council of Europe, or COE, passed a decree Wednesday prohibiting compulsory COVID-19 vaccinations. Resolution 2361 of 2021 orders governments to ensure that citizens are informed that the vaccination is not mandatory and that no one is politically, socially, or otherwise pressured to get themselves vaccinated if they do not wish to do so themselves. The COE, which is the European Union's leading human rights organization and the governing body of the European Court of Human Rights, also instructs member states to ensure that no one is discriminated for not having been vaccinated. With respect to the COVID-19 vaccination for children, the COE demanded that the wishes of children are duly taken into account in accordance with their age and maturity. The Council of Europe is distinct from the 27-nation European Union, although it is sometimes confused with it, partially because the EU has adopted the original European flag, which was created by the Council of Europe in 1955, as well as the European anthem. No country has ever joined the EU without first belonging to the Council of Europe. The Council of Europe cannot make binding laws, but it does have the power to enforce selected international agreements reached by European states on various topics. The best-known body of the Council of Europe is the European Court of Human Rights, which enforces the European Convention on Human Rights. The Commissioner for Human Rights is an independent institution within the Council of Europe, mandated to promote awareness of and respect for human rights in member states. Other major Council of Europe bodies include the European Directorate for the Quality of Medicines. Dr. Michael Yaden, former Vice President and Chief Scientist of Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, says it is frightening that such a resolution is needed. Criticizing the gung-ho approach of the British government's Scientific Advisory Group for Emergencies, SAGE, Yaden wrote, "There's absolutely no need for vaccines to extinguish the pandemic. You do not vaccinate people who aren't at risk from the disease." Yaden warned against planning to vaccinate millions of fit and healthy people with a vaccine that hasn't been extensively tested on human subjects. In other words, there have been no long-term studies on safety and efficacy, typically an absolute necessity for vaccine introduction. The resolution will be a challenge to countries considering the introduction of immunity passports, resulting in a vaccine apartheid. Britain's The Telegraph, a formerly conservative newspaper, has insisted on legislation enshrining a no jab, no job policy. If people don't want the vaccine, let them sit at home and not have a normal life, tweeted The Telegraph. Parliament should legislate for no jab, no job this week, and that way everyone will know where they stand and can start planning for the future. According to columnist Matthew Lynn, Parliament should pass a one-line bill this week making it clear that it is legal to discriminate on the grounds of whether a person has been vaccinated against COVID-19 and that no claims on the grounds of unfair dismissal will be accepted. But employment lawyers warned that companies could not force employees to be vaccinated. Thrive Law Managing Director Jody Hill told the BBC, "Even if they put that requirement in a new contract, I don't think they could get away with it." The Tony Blair Institute for Global Change, an initiative of former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, called on the government to take the lead on developing a single global COVID pass. Blair said that the digital passport should include COVID-19 test results, details of vaccinations, and be capable of tracking and verifying a person's coronavirus status wherever they travel in the world. The Council of Europe has 47 member states, but also maintains close links with numerous non-member states, 5 of which have observer status within the organization: the Holy See, the United States of America, Canada and Japan, and Mexico. A state may be granted observer status if it is willing to accept the principles of democracy, the rule of law, and the enjoyment by all persons within its jurisdiction of human rights and fundamental freedoms, and if it is willing to cooperate with the Council of Europe. The mainstream media, which has been pushing a pro-vaccine narrative in conjunction with governments, has avoided even reporting on the resolution of the Council of Europe. I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day. Every doctor on TV says that we all need to boost our immune systems. And STEM Enhance does that in a unique way by increasing blood levels of your own adult stem cells, the backbone of your immune system, by over 30% in just 1 hour. Click on the link in the description box below for details.